Professor Kohlrieser. How are your principal views on leadership, and how may they apply to the field of medicine in general, and maybe the field of transplantation in particular?
Well, leadership is like a red thread that runs through all kinds of organizations. It's certainly in business organizations, but in medicine and education. And the key is how to work together, collaboration, how to influence and inspire others, how to be building talent, and relentlessly driving change. And so a transplantation team has to be built around leadership, leading self, leading others, and in some cases then leading organizations.
So a challenge for many of us is that our daily business is consuming with respect to time and energy. How could we most effectively adopt knowledge of leadership to then implement it into our daily life? Where can we get the information? How do we consume it in an effective manner?
I think to look beyond the boundaries of what you are doing in transplantation to understand what the general field of leadership can contribute. I happen to be a hostage negotiator of some 40 years, so I particularly bring in this idea of how to influence and how to persuade, because what we know about motivation, which is very important in transplantation, is that people have to have choice. People have to be able to express the pain, the grief, and then understand the benefit. And many physicians or transplant specialists are not really skilled in talking enough about the pain of what's motivating someone to do or not do something. So this is all about leadership, how you influence and persuade, and ultimately how you build high-performance teams, because transplantation is built around high-performing collaborative teams.
That is correct. So in your view, because it's generally thought that leadership and knowledge about leadership is only relevant once you evolve to a director position and or beyond, in your view, at what level of training would you think that ideas, principles of leadership become important?
Very good question. I think everybody's a leader, starting in childhood, starting and continuing in adolescence, young adulthood. Everybody is leading in the sense of self-leadership. How do I lead myself? And then already from youth on up, we're influencing others. So everyone is exercising some form of leadership, and then respecting roles and respecting authority. How do authority figures interact with each other? How do followers lead, and how do followers follow the leader? How do leaders respect the followers? And to be a great leader, you have to be a great follower. If you can't follow, you'll never be good at leading. And many times we think leadership is only a role, but it's who people are. It's the person effect of how they influence in whatever form they are involved in other people.
Thank you, George. So leadership should be interesting and relevant to all of us, to the delegates here, but also to the delegates watching us live. Thank you, George, for coming. I'm looking forward to our session.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, it's our pleasure entirely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.